am Kimberly Derting, author of The Body Finder. And first of all, I want to thank the folks at Write On Con for inviting me to be here today. I've been invited to talk about writing thrillers in YA. So I've given a lot of thought to this. First of all, I'm not sure I'm entirely qualified to write about thrillers, but what I decided to do is think about what scares me and talk about how I try and translate that onto the pages as a writer. And my book is kind of it's a romantic suspense, a little bit of paranormal thrown in. So I do try to write those suspense scenes that keep readers hopefully on the edge of their seats. When I was thinking about this, I was trying to decide what it is that, like I said, scares me. And I decided to kind of use a classic example from the movies. And so I was going to use clips from YouTube, but it got all cheesy and weird to try and download them. So I'm going to use an example using props. And I brought with me Barbie today, and unfortunately all of my daughter's Barbies are naked, and I didn't want to try to find clothes for them, and really I don't even know if she has clothes anymore. So you'll have to ignore her lovely naked bits here, her naughty bits. Anyways, so we're going to take Barbie to the beach today. And Barbie, it's a hot day, she's out at the beach. She's going to take a dip in the ocean. So Barbie's swimming along at the ocean and really having a nice time. Nothing really scary about swimming in the ocean until you hear the music. And everybody knows what that music is. It's that foreboding. You don't even have to see the shark to know what the music means. And frankly, in the movie Jaws, you almost never see the shark. Because really the shark kind of, when you did see it, it was the 70s. And I think they wanted to avoid seeing too much shark that looks like this plastic guy here. The special effects they were good for the 70s, but they were still not super fantastic special effects. So really they built that sense of foreboding by revealing less, by building the suspense before the event. And how they did that was using the music. And my thought about this is, as writers, what we're trying to translate, because we can't have a soundtrack in our books, is translating that sense of foreboding to the pages. Because what you want is for your readers to hope that Barbie's going to escape. That Barbie's going to escape Jaws, she's going to somehow be saved by somebody's going to come along and save her, or that somehow she's going to get away, save herself, somehow Josh is going to get bored and swim away, maybe he's going to get distracted, maybe he's going to see her little sister Skipper and decide that Skipper looks better than Barbie, or maybe Ken's going to come along and save her in a lifeboat. Somehow she's going to escape. It's that hope that she's going to escape. And so it's the moments actually before she's attacked that builds the suspense. So you may see, like I said, you don't really see the shark, so you hear the music and you see, Barbie gets jostled from underneath. She may start screaming, and all those moments make you hope that you're holding your breath and you're on the edge of your seat, hoping that she's going to get away. When you see the blood actually gurgling to the surface, there's almost, you know she's done for, so there's almost this moment of relief, and relief isn't the right word, but you know she's done. Barbie's toast. She's done. And so you're kind of thinking, that's where you kind of let out your breath and go, okay, well, there's no more hope left for her. And as a writer, what we're trying to do is build those moments before. And so for your character, you're using both the internal senses and the external senses to build those moments of hope. If Barbie's in that situation and you're thinking about how she's feeling as she's being bumped underneath, what she's feeling on the outside as well. What's the salt water like? What is she cold? What did that feel like with the rubbery skin of a shark? What did it feel like bumping up against her? The solid nose of the shark hitting her, the first teeth slicing into her. All of those things, and then her racing heartbeat, and did she choke on a mouthful of water? you know, all those things to kind of build up that moment of suspense as you're climaxing to the part where it actually chomps into her. It doesn't have to be graphic and gruesome, although I am all for graphic and gruesome if it works. Like I said, I like the idea of the teeth biting into her leg, or in my book, The Body Finder, I actually don't use a lot of graphic details. I have scenes that are written from the serial killer's point of view, and I actually go more for a creepy factor of the unknown rather than actually kind of putting it all out there. It's more kind of his just calculated step-by-step process of how he chooses a victim, how he views them as weak, and then how he goes after them. So it's not necessarily graphic, but hopefully it's sort of chilling in that regard, that he's so detached from them. But here's the thing about, here's what I like about those moments before that, this does not even apply to YA, but it also goes across the board to other areas besides thrillers and suspense. This actually translates really well, in my opinion, this translates really well to romance as well, because as a girl, I really like kissing. And in my favorite books, there are generally lots of kissing scenes. But what I really like, almost more than the kissing itself, are the scenes before the kissing. Those moments of tension where the characters' eyes meet, and maybe they get close to each other and their breath mingles, and they lean in, and the characters, the main characters wondering, is this it? Are we actually going to kiss? And so it's, again, that ratcheting up of tension. The pulse races, maybe she smells mint on his breath. Maybe if they're dancing, the music's in the background, the pulsing beat of the music, and she can feel the warmth of his body and smell his cologne, and all of those things that lead up to, he reaches out and brushes a hair off of her cheek, and all of those things lead up to those moments before, so that the actual kissing is great, but it's the best part is right before, where you're leaning in and hoping, okay, is this the moment they're going to actually kiss? Because the fun part for me is the teasing element leading up to that moment. Again, I use the word hope a lot. It's hoping the person will get away from the killer, hoping the couple will kiss, hoping things will turn out differently. But once the moment actually happens, that hoping doesn't work anymore. So it's that hope building up to, and then once the resolution actually occurs, once the actual climax is reached, you don't need that hope anymore. Then you're moving on to the next thing. I would like to thank you for having me here today to talk about this, and hopefully that helps you in writing tension in scenes, so you can use that in writing thrillers or suspense or romance. And good luck!